What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out Sweden's impact on NATO. This is a video by NATO themselves. They put this out about a month ago. It's about 12-13 minutes long. I'm super interested to watch this, looking at the gear, looking what they're up to, and see what's been going on over there. I will leave a link down below to the video that NATO put out. Make sure you go over there, give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really important that you do that. Before we get started, though, if you haven't already checked out the channel sponsor, Chug, check them out. 10% off, link down below for the best drinking vessel in the world. Handmade here in the UK by a small business. These things are phenomenal. They'll keep your beverage cold for a long time, and they'll keep your morale cold for a long time. This is coming out soon, and I'm very excited to announce more, but I can't yet. Go and follow the socials, link down below to morale to find out more. Other than that, I'm trying to keep it quicker. I'm trying to get it quicker, the intro, so we can get straight into it. Let's watch this. Let's have some fun. Subbies are on. Woo! Let's go, Sweden.
In this area, this is my office. This is my home ground. And it's well worth defending.
Hell yeah, it is. Green lid.
For 2 centuries, Sweden kept a position of military neutrality. But in 2024, that changed.
I always call that the mother of all unintended consequences for Russian strategic thinking. If Russia had one objective with Sweden and Finland, it was to keep them outside of the alliance, and by Russia's full-scale invasion, now we are part of NATO.
Hey, NATO seems to just be getting stronger, and I think there's a lot of questions right now about America and NATO, but the truth is NATO's strong still, no matter what.
But what does this Nordic nation, home to 10.5 million people, bring to the NATO alliance?
We do not come empty-handed. We do bring a lot of humility as a new ally, but we also bring a lot of capability. So we definitely want to see ourselves as a net provider of security.
Definitely. I love that NATO are putting out these videos as well. Like putting out these videos just to give a bit of information, bit of an insider, see what's going on. So well done, NATO, and your PR team doing this. A bit loud.
In March 2024, Sweden saw its flag raised above NATO headquarters in Brussels, becoming the 32nd member of the NATO alliance.
There you go.
It's good now that Sweden has a seat at the table that provides us a better opportunity to have influence, but also take responsibility for the alliance.
Yeah.
Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, the turning point for a country that would otherwise have stayed militarily neutral.
That's the thing, like this whole Russia invaded Ukraine because they were so worried about the encroachment of NATO and Western countries to their, to Russia. And all it's done is made other countries be like, fuck that, I want to be part of NATO. That's all it's done.
Had done for the past 200 years.
It's done the complete opposite effect that he wanted.
Supporting Ukraine is both the right thing to do and it's a smart thing to do. Of course, this is about decency and it's about humanity and standing up for the Ukrainian people, but it's also upholding principles which are crucial for a smaller country like Sweden. Rule of law, the European security order, and a rules-based international order.
As the nation with the longest coastline on the Baltic Sea, a key strategic...
That's the thing as well. It's such a important strategic area as well, isn't it? Sheesh.
Waterway connecting northern and eastern Europe, and with its proximity to the Arctic, Sweden's position in Europe is key to Euro-Atlantic security.
Yeah.
Leaning on the many, many years of close partnership with NATO, we have embraced a lot of the methodology that comes with standardization and building interoperability. We can now plan and work together, not as a unique entity, but as an integral part of NATO.
Yeah.
As a militarily neutral nation, over the years, Sweden manufactured its own military hardware, which was adapted to meet the challenges of the country's unique terrain and climate. Today, Sweden continues to produce advanced equipment, including submarines, combat vehicles, and the Gripen fighter jet. But
the Gripen fighter jet. I feel like I don't know enough about this fighter jet. I've watched a lot of jet videos over the past year or so, and I really need to dive more into this one and know more about it. Apparently, it is a very capable bit of kit. Very capable. But it also makes me wonder what happens when we get to 6th gen. We know that Europe's making one. Is it the Tempest? Is that what it's called? We know we've got the F-47 coming out over in the US and the FA-XX, whatever that'll be. We know that there's 6th-gen aircraft coming out. We know China's flying theirs around. What are they doing? Are they just going to buy? Are they going to make it internally? Be very interesting to find out.
Arguably, its most groundbreaking achievement is the Visby-class corvette.
It's a multitasking ship. We can use it for submarine hunting, and we can use it for air defense, and also for the surface operations.
Great bit of kit.
The Visby-class corvette is a stealth ship. Its design helps it avoid detection by radar and other sensors, making it very hard to spot. And its ability to navigate through shallow waters makes it ideal for Baltic Sea operations.
Our profession is to use this ship in an attack from the archipelago in the Baltic Sea. That's what this ship is built for. We are very familiar with the environment in this region, and this ship is built for the environment around here.
Especially with the positioning that they are, right? Like having a really good bit of kit in the Navy is vital with the Baltic Sea right there. Like, if it did kick off where Russia started getting further and further into Europe, that part of the ocean, that area would be so contested, it would be unreal. It would be unreal. And so them already kind of being aware of that and getting equipment and kit to provide better security for that area, well done. Beautiful, by the way.
Sweden, with over 250,000 islands, among the most of any country in the world, relies on its navy to protect its vast coastline and archipelagos. A key component is the amphibious corps, which specialises in coastal defence.
The music!
Since the Swedish coastline is very different, thousands of islands, from small ones to big ones, with trees, without trees, the system that and the capabilities that the amphibious battalions holds, it's also unique in the world, I would say. We bring our own sustainability. We live and work from our boats that are designed to operate in these conditions.
I wonder if their green lids are just issued to this, like these people, or whether they go through some sort of commando course like you have to in Britain. That instrument, I don't know what that instrument is. It reminds me, I don't know when this is coming out. I don't know whether this is coming out today when I'm recording it on Monday, or whether it's coming out Tuesday. I think it's going to go out Tuesday. But Monday night, so for me it's tonight. If you're watching this on Tuesday, it was last night. I'm going to see in a band called Hell Young, which if you're into that style of music, then you know. Then if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I'm super hyped. And that is just like that instrument's just reminded me that I'm going watching them tonight, and I'm super excited.
Operating from the domestically designed and built Combat Boat 90, the Amphibious Corps have been active in these archipelagos for centuries and know the region better than anyone.
Modern day
Our
Vikings.
main operation area is where the sea meets the land. Either it's an open coast archipelago, or we are designed to work on the water, below the surface, on land and in the air around the Swedish coastline.
It's interesting that the lads with the green lids are the ones doing land and sea, which is exactly what the Royal Marines' bread and butter is. Per mare, per terrain, by sea and by land. That's our bread and butter, beach landings, and we also have green berets. So there's definitely some sort of overlap there between the two, isn't there?
Among Sweden's many islands, the most strategically important is Gotland, sometimes referred to as the Baltic Sea's unsinkable aircraft carrier. Its location, roughly halfway between mainland Sweden and the Baltic states.
Mate, who edited this? Who edited this with the music? If someone from NATO's watching this, part of the media team, mate, what are you cooking here? What are you doing? Getting me hyped for something. I just want a bit of information and I'm hyped now.
Is crucial for controlling military and economic movements and deterring threats to NATO territory. The Gotland Regiment plays a key role in safeguarding the island's security.
Yeah.
So the symbol for the battle group Gotland and the Gotland Regiment is the ram. The ram symbolizes strength and the will to survive in harsh conditions on an island in the middle of the Baltic Sea.
Fair one.
Forces have long trained and exercised on Gotland. But Sweden's NATO membership now means that the island could become a hub for NATO operations.
It's definitely going to become a hub. Look at the location of it. It wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing different international groups being put on there as well for helping out. That is going to be such a vital spot for military development. I'm telling you that right now. It wouldn't surprise me if America wants to put a base there. Wouldn't surprise me for the country to start landing lads there.
And for monitoring Baltic Sea activity.
Coming into NATO gives opportunities to use Gotland as a hub for maritime operations, for logistics, and also different kinds of weapons systems which could provide aid, for instance, to the Baltic states. So it could be a platform for long-range fires as well.
Well, who's editing this?
3,200
It's sick.
kilometers of coastline from the sea is crucial, but protecting it from the air is just as important. Sweden's Air Force includes its powerful Gripen jets, which are known for their agility, range, and ability to operate in various conditions.
Nice.
So we always have at least 2 aircraft in constant readiness for air police mission or to identify, collect information.
Always
or
2?
To intercept an aircraft coming too close to NATO territory.
So what's the other one then?
With a fleet of more than 200 aircraft, advanced radar systems, and a unique concept of air.
Do they mean they just always have 2 in general, as in like just 2 Gripens on ready, on standby? Or do they mean they've got 2 different types of aircraft?
Which includes the use of civilian infrastructure such as highways for jet takeoffs and landings if the need arises. Sweden's Air Force adds both capability and innovation to NATO's air defence.
That's insane.
And Finland's accession to NATO means a lot when it comes to geography. We can bring our situational awareness, our early warning concepts, and overall our knowledge of the situation in our region, and combine that with other NATO alliance, which will really strengthen our situation awareness in the High North.
This video is sick.
The High North is a harsh and unforgiving environment, but operating effectively in extreme climates.
What rifle do they have? What rifle do the Swedish military have? Let me do a quick Google search. What rifle does the Swedish military use? The AK-5 is current service rifle of the Swedish Armed Forces, adopted in 1986, partially replaced by the AK-4, a license-built version of the Heckler & Koch G3. Interesting. I wonder if they... I mean, I can't say shit. I'm fucking rocking an SA-80 in Britain. But it does make you wonder... it does make you wonder if they like that weapon.
Rugged terrain demands specialised units. Located in the north of Sweden, the Swedish Army's Norrbotten Brigade is specifically trained in cold weather and Arctic warfare.
Looks like a cool bit of kit.
During winter times, we have almost no light, few roads on long distances, and often also in winter time we have the extreme cold, going below 30 minus. So that's a challenge, and we really need to have the right equipment and, of course, bringing the unit together, exercising, training in this environment.
The Norrbotten Brigade is equipped with tanks and combat vehicles specially designed and modified for Arctic operations.
We are in the training field. We have just dismounted from a CV-90 combat vehicle, and my squad is taking terrain in a forward direction.
With a personnel of 1,500, the brigade includes full-time soldiers, reservists and conscripts, all bringing a diverse mix of skills and backgrounds from across Sweden and sometimes even beyond.
Interesting.
I'm from Paisley, Glasgow in Scotland. I moved to Sweden when I was young, when I was 6 years old, and I've grown up here, so Sweden has become my home, and makes sense to defend it.
It's interesting, he's still got a bit of a Scottish accent, you know? But good on him.
joining NATO, for me as an individual, it means that I get to help not only defend what has become my home country here in Sweden, but the country where I'm from as well, which is the United Kingdom. And so I've learned a lot of things, and I've realised that if you have the right people beside you, you can do pretty much anything.
It's true. That's true.
Sweden's contributions to Euro-Atlantic security go beyond air, land and sea.
Yeah, especially missiles and stuff. Like they're just that little bit closer to what we would perceive as I wouldn't say enemies, but troubling countries that don't like the West. Being that little bit closer with our gear and equipment and having an ally there is so important. Like the positioning of Sweden alone is just so worth them being in it for us. Never mind the contributions they'll put on top of that, right? The position is fantastic. They've been training in that area for eternity, right? So they can defend that area, which is great. They'll now allow, I'm presuming, foreign military people to come in and help and provide and learn. The training will be vital, right? We know a lot of Royal Marines go to Norway for training, but now we can also go to Sweden and other places. Like this is good for us Western countries. Very good.
Space is something that we utilize daily
Space?
for communication, for weather forecast, for surveillance, wide range of different areas where we actually are very dependent on space.
Esrange Space Centre, located in northern Sweden, is a leading European space facility operated by the Swedish Space Corporation. It supports satellite operations, rocket launches, and atmospheric research, making it a key asset for space and defence initiatives.
Please follow me. In Sweden, but I think also other countries in Europe have learned now what is happening in Ukraine. You need to have space assets that can see actually what is going on and what is to plan and be prepared.
Whoa.
The terrestrial network is shut down immediately when the war breaks out. What can you do with space assets? You can have communication, you can do a lot of things with that. And you see also what you are doing with drones and with unmanned vehicles today. They are controlled by space assets, so that is important.
If we see a war situation where actually the mobile networks, they are not working, then we will be much more dependent on satellite communication, and we need to be ready for that situation. What is key also is that you have the capability to send off satellites from different places around the globe. We are based out of Europe, and this is the only facility that has these capabilities.
That's really cool. That's something I didn't even think of, because that's not anything in my speciality at all, is it, as a Royal Marine? We don't even think about that shit. But thinking that they've already got this equipment and facilities to provide when it comes to expanding the tech that can be used for NATO countries now is phenomenal. Never mind all the rest of the spices they add on top.
Sweden's path to NATO was not one that was taken lightly, but with a war on Europe's doorstep and an existential threat to its borders, the Nordic nation ultimately decided it was safer within the alliance than standing alone.
Makes sense.
Strength that 32 allies bring together, both in terms of deterrence and of course also the operational capabilities to take up the fight if necessary is absolutely convincing.
It's true. And like I said, it's only getting stronger. Yes, at the moment the US is teetering on the edge of NATO, but the truth is, like, we know how quickly American politics and governments flip. Every 4 years, it seems like it's going from one side, then the other, then the other. So as long as Trump's administration doesn't pull out of NATO over the next three and a bit years now, 3.5 years, whatever it's been, then the next administration that comes in are inevitably probably going to stay in NATO, especially if it's a democratic government, which I think in 4 years, unless Trump does anything drastic, I think it's looking like it probably will be, because it just swings like that very easily. And I guess it does in a lot of other countries, but in America in particular it does. So you don't have to worry about them not leaving NATO until they actually do it. But there's still time for them to do it.
As a NATO member, Sweden's contribution to collective Euro-Atlantic security in terms of experience, equipment and personnel, as well as its geographical location.
Also, I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of Americans in the comments talking shit about NATO. I don't want to hear it. I don't really care about that shit. I don't care what your opinions are on NATO. We know that as a group of people, as a group of countries, together we're stronger. It's as simple as that, really, isn't it?
Location at the heart of Europe's north means that in both the Baltic and the Arctic regions, NATO is better equipped to protect its populations against any external threat.
Yeah.
We have to understand that we are an ally, and as ally you share blood and you're solidaric. And by our accession into alliance, we are safer, but NATO is also stronger, and that makes me proud.
That's beautiful. What a beautiful shot. All right, NATO. I don't know who your media team is, and I don't know who your editor is, but they deserve a pay rise because that was a great bit of footage, a great video. Do they do more videos like that? Just looking real quick, because that was good. They do. I should probably watch more of them because that was really good. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Oh. Was my head, was that, did I move my head back? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave a link down below to the original video like I always do. Make sure you go over there, check it out, and all that good stuff. Check out Chug, 10% off, link down below. Check out Morale as well. I will be live tonight, 8 p.m. Be there, or don't. I recommend you do. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.